Alright, this is our research for both for bit depth. Our group carried out both primary and secondary research. For primary research, we looked at focus groups, surveys and questionnaires, and obviously for secondary research, we looked at internet research.
I'm Shane, and we're going to be going through our primary audience research. For this, we conducted a survey, and we did this by SurveyMonkey, which lets you analyse and filter through results. We asked various questions such as like their gender, age, where they come from, what's their religion, education-wise, whether they were married, kids, like basically loads of different questions that could help us narrow down our audience. I found that the majority was female, but it was a really close call of a few people. So that was kind of like male and female is wide variety. Most of them was quite young people, around the ages of 16 to 19, but it varied quite a lot. They were most from London and were from Christian. Their religion was mostly mostly Christianity. Most of them was in further education with maybe a part-time job, but a lot of them didn't have jobs. Unmarried generally, and no kids. At the end of our question, we asked two questions, which was, one of them was, do they enjoy music in general? Basically, there was quite a lot of answers. There was yes, no, or sort of. The majority of the people said yes, but anyone said no or sort of. At the end of the survey, we used a filter option to narrow it down so that we could only get the information for the yeses. Therefore, we would have our target audience. And the other question was if they listen to streaming companies. There was more variety when we asked this question to music in general, but we also used that to kind of like filter it out so that we could narrow down our audience. That way, when we got to doing our research into market and production, we could take out the audience that wasn't our target audience. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm James, and today I'm talking about my focus group that I carried out for primary research. For the focus group, it was carried out generally because it would allow us who were carrying out the research to find out information of what people wanted to get from bit depth, what they wanted out of it. So it would allow them to understand what bit depth was all about and what we wanted to include in it, and also it would allow us to improve our product and to improve bit depth and what it's going to do and what it's all about. And it improves it because the audience give us their thoughts on it, and it allows us to make the product better. And we asked them varieties of questions such as who you were subscribed to, what kind of music were you interested in, how much would you be prepared to pay for music per month, and who your kind of favourite artists are at the moment. And like I said, this kind of research allowed us to gain the knowledge to help us improve bit depth, so we could understand more of what our audience wanted, rather than just throwing something out there before before getting any information. This is just a quick clip on the focus group.
Where do you source your music? Get my music from YouTube. We use YouTube to MP3 down inside iTunes.
I'm currently subscribed to Spotify and I pay $4.99 a month due to student, and also I use Apple Music as well.
I'm subscribed to Kerrang on YouTube. I was thinking about subscribing to others, but that was it.
I like R&B.
I listen to rock and other music genres, like anything really.
My favourite genre of music is heavy metal, EDM, chill stuff.
Alright, that's just a short clip of the focus group and what the information gave us and how it helped us. Thank you for listening to this.
Okay, my name is Maya, and I also done monkey survey. I've done primary research, which is a questionnaire. One of the things that I found out by doing this questionnaire is that the people that answered my questionnaire said they like to pay less than £10 for the music. For example, I like to pay £2 a month for my music because it shouldn't be too expensive. Others said that they like to pay £4.99 per month. Okay. Other thing that I found out by doing this research as well is that 71.43% said they like to, they get their music from Apple Music. 14.29% said that they get their music from Spotify, and 14.29% said they get their music from others. For example, one of the people that answered my questionnaire for customers said, I like to listen to SoundCloud because they have varieties of different music. Other thing that I found out by doing this questionnaire is that 75% said that they like to listen to hip hop, and 25% said they like to listen to R&B. For example, for R&B, they said, I really like to listen to R&B because it makes me feel happy. For hip hop, they said it has more expression.
I'm Hugo, and I'm going to be going through what I found out by doing some secondary research online. So what I found out mostly is that people want a certain category. Like when we talk about the big streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music, they will do their best to try and get the variety of genres and artists, but there are certain genres that, like, how do I say, manifest or are especially for that platform. For example, Tidal seems to take a more favourable approach to more of the hip hop and R&B artists. They do this by offering like exclusive content, such as like tours or shows from certain artists or exclusive interviews, etc. But however, like big sites such as Spotify do not. Big streaming services such as Spotify do not play any huge artists like the Beatles or AC/DC, sorry, for reasons that I don't know, but you might find more of your popular artists today, such as Taylor Swift, on all platforms such as Google Play, Radio, SoundCloud, etc. Another thing we look at is like also is how accessible the site is. Now, if you look at this table, you can see like all the big sites such as Spotify, Apple Music, Radio, Rhapsody, Tidal, Google Play, and SoundCloud. You can see that all of them have compatible devices. Now, you might notice that the most successful, which is Spotify, because they have 300 million subscribers, they are very accessible. You can find their stuff on like the iOS App Store, the Android, Windows Phone. Those are the most popular platforms that phones people like to listen to with music. Also, they have desktop options, Windows, Mac, web players as well. So Spotify are really trying to branch out, get to their audience, and I think that's something we should take into consideration when preparing for BitDeck. Also, you can find it on home audio stations such as the PlayStation Store, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, well not Apple TV, pardon, Sonos. So I think one key thing is just getting enough platforms for music to be heard on. Also, I'm just going to talk about the pricing of each of these music streaming websites. So Google Play have a monthly subscription of about $7.99, and that gives you access to about 2 billion songs. Whereas someone like Spotify, they have other options for such as like for students, so student discounts. They do the whole I don't know, is it like a $5 a month? It's a $5 a month for unlimited music if you're a student. So that's also another thing to take into consideration when we are thinking about BitDat. Thank you.